Now, if the government is going to mandate that they are responsible for your well-being, they have to ensure the safety of your well-being.
Rumors are that Diddy was running some kind of Epstein-type deal where he was filming everybody, right?
That's the rumors. Yeah, I don't know that there's any proof or anything other than that.
2024 is turning into a year of shocking revelations, with Hollywood elites facing intense scrutiny. Big names are being dragged through the mud, and the headlines just keep getting juicier. If you thought Katt Williams was done airing out dirty laundry, think again. He's now targeting Steve Harvey. But this isn't just a celebrity feud. It's much deeper, involving secrets that have simmered for decades, blackmail, betrayal, and wild parties that will leave you dizzy. Get ready, because we're about to plunge into the rabbit hole of Hollywood's most explosive scandals. Trust us, things are about to get messy.
Sean Diddy Combs into custody. He's seen in this video entering the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan with others when agents from Homeland Security Investigations approach and separate him. They place Combs under arrest and lead him out the front door in handcuffs.
If you recall Katt Williams' infamous sit-down with Shannon Sharpe earlier this year, you know he didn't hold back. He unleashed bombshells about Diddy, Steve Harvey, and other A-listers, leaving jaws dropping across the internet. Katt has long warned us that Hollywood is a twisted place where those at the top harbor dark secrets they'll go to great lengths to keep hidden. But 2024 is shaping up to be the year those secrets are exposed, with Diddy and Steve Harvey at the forefront of this unfolding drama. Get ready for the truth to hit like a tidal wave.
Controlled every aspect of her life. He is accused of frequently beating her and would hide her in hotel rooms for days until the bruising and signs of abuse were gone.
During his interview with Shannon Sharpe, Katt Williams made some shocking claims about Diddy's infamous mansion parties. If you know anything about Diddy, you've likely heard the rumors about these legendary gatherings, but Katt hinted at a much darker side. According to him, things happening behind closed doors would raise eyebrows even among the most seasoned Hollywood insiders. Katt revealed he was offered millions multiple times to protect his integrity, but protected from what? He alluded to some pretty wild requests from Diddy that he simply wasn't willing to entertain. "You've got to tell him no," Katt said, emphasizing the pressure to join in on Diddy's extravagant lifestyle while prioritizing his own principles.
Lies will be exposed, that's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
That quote from Katt's conversation with Shannon Sharpe ignited a wildfire of speculation. But the bombshells didn't end there. Katt also turned his attention to Steve Harvey, and that's where things really started to get intriguing.
The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything.
Katt claimed that Steve Harvey, the beloved host of Family Feud has been Diddy's slave for years. Why? It all revolves around alleged tapes that Diddy possesses from those infamous mansion parties. The implication is clear. Steve has been blackmailed into silence and submission because Diddy holds the dirt on him. Katt strongly hinted that this isn't just hearsay. There may be actual video evidence involved. The stakes are high, and the truth could shake Hollywood to its core.
And in this lawsuit, he claims that essentially P. Diddy was the Epstein of the rap.
As the Hollywood insider he is, Katt wasn't about to let this go unnoticed. He dropped a bombshell, suggesting that Steve might have actually encouraged Lori to get involved with Diddy, not just for love, but to keep things under wraps. According to Katt, Steve allowed Lori to get close to Diddy as part of a larger scheme to protect his own secrets, ensuring that any potential scandal stayed buried.
A lot of the evidence, alleged evidence, that's been gathered in this case was from those two raids that were conducted on his personal homes in Miami and Los Angeles. And the indictment names the things seized that he allegedly made videos of these performances that have been named Freak Off.
Katt even claimed that Steve views Lori as nothing more than an ATM card, suggesting his motives are far from paternal. Let's be real. When Katt Williams gets going, the shade is relentless. Lori and Diddy were spotted everywhere back in 2019, from Cabo to Italy, with the media buzzing about their globetrotting adventures. They even dined with Lori's parents, Steve and Marjorie Harvey, during a trip to Italy. That's when people really began connecting the dots. How could Steve be okay with his stepdaughter dating a man 27 years her senior, especially one who had been romantically linked to her ex-boyfriend, his own son Justin? The situation raises serious questions about loyalty and family dynamics in Hollywood.
Just tell the stories. Thanks to my wife, I'm where I am. You said that about the first wife. You forget that?
It's the kind of twisted Hollywood drama you can't make up. Katt Williams wasn't just calling out Steve for being okay with Lori's relationship. He suggested that Steve was actively complicit in keeping things quiet. That's when the rumors of blackmail started swirling. According to Katt, Steve attended some of Diddy's notorious parties in the 90s and early 2000s, and Diddy allegedly recorded him there. This is the secret Katt is hinting at, the leverage Diddy has been holding over Steve's head for years, ensuring his silence and complicity.
Stand-up comedian, entertainer, television host, family man. But most importantly, I happen to be a man of...
If you thought this was just a one-time feud, think again. Katt Williams has a history of going after Steve Harvey, and their beef has been simmering for a long time. During that same interview with Shannon Sharpe, Katt didn't hold back, ripping into Steve by calling him a country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good, and comparing him to Mr. Potato Head. But that wasn't all. Katt also claimed that Steve stole material from fellow comedian Mark Curry and used it to launch Asterisk, the Steve Harvey show Asterisk back in the day, adding more fuel to their long-standing rivalry.
Why would you do all of that man's stuff that he did on his show on yours, and then do the dude's stand-up when you go on the road?
Let's break that down. Katt accused Steve of outright stealing the idea for his show from Mark Curry, another comedian known for his sitcom Asterisk, Hanging with Mr. Cooper Asterisk. Katt claimed that Steve attended one of Mark's live tapings and then created a show where he played a similar character, a principal in a suit running a school. The shade was real, and Katt didn't hold back. He basically accused Steve of being a fraud who built his career on the backs of other people's work, adding yet another layer to their ongoing feud.
Special housing unit is a 24-hour lockdown unit, which means that any movement within that unit is controlled and coordinated, and no inmate moves outside of his cell without being in full restraints, to include leg irons, handcuffs, a belly chain, and at least 2, if not 3 staff members escorting them.
But Katt didn't stop with the past. He went hard on Steve's present-day career, too. He brought up the fact that Steve supposedly retired from stand-up comedy after losing a comedy battle to Katt himself. According to Katt, this showdown happened in Detroit in front of a crowd of 10,000 people. The reason Steve lost. Katt claims he exposed Steve for wearing a wig. Yep, you heard that right. Katt asserted that Steve's iconic bald head isn't quite what it seems, and that he's actually worn a wig for years, hiding the truth from everyone. When Katt called him out on stage, it was game over. Steve, unable to handle the heat, decided to step away from stand-up altogether.
Are you not afraid about being blackballed again? These are some power people.
What do you mean again? These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything.
Of course, Steve Harvey has denied all of this, but the fact remains. Katt Williams is relentless. He's been calling out Steve for years, and it seems like 2024 is the year he's finally getting some vindication. Why? Because Diddy, the man at the center of all these allegations, is now facing serious legal trouble. And this time, it's not just rumors.
I think in federal court and for these charges, they would say it's routine, but in the public realm, this is very significant, just from who we associate Diddy being and everything we've seen him do over the decades. Like you said, this is quite the downfall to go from, I mean, we saw the mansions back in March that were raided by the feds. So to go from living in those mansions to being in a jail cell.
Federal authorities recently raided Diddy's homes in Los Angeles and Miami as part of a major investigation. What's the focus? They're looking into some seriously shady activities Diddy has been linked to for years. If the allegations hold up, this could spell disaster for a lot of people, including Steve Harvey.
That clearly there is a criminal investigation underway, and that they believe that there would be evidence of crimes in one or both of these homes.
Katt has been dropping hints for a while, claiming that 2024 would be the year Hollywood's darkest secrets come to light. With Diddy's recent legal troubles, it's starting to look like he was right. The FBI and other law enforcement agencies are investigating Diddy for a range of crimes, and things aren't looking good for the music mogul. Here's where it gets interesting. If Diddy goes down, he won't be alone. According to Katt, there are many big names tangled up in this mess, and Steve Harvey is one of them. The implications could be monumental.
There are some problems that the defense has brought up originally, but it seems like, just from reading this 14-page indictment, that there is enough physical evidence to perhaps get a conviction in this case. We shall see. These are allegations.
This is where the parallels to R. Kelly's case come into play. Remember how R. Kelly's downfall began with whispers and rumors, only for the legal system to eventually catch up with him. Many are saying Diddy's situation is shaping up similarly. Like Kelly, Diddy is a hugely influential figure in the music industry who has managed to maintain a relatively clean reputation despite persistent rumors. However, with this investigation heating up, it seems the law is finally closing in on him, and the consequences could be significant.
Why doesn't the government want him to turn himself in? Because then they can't ask for detention. So they go and they arrest him. They arrest a guy who came to New York to turn himself in.
Katt has been saying for years that these Hollywood elites aren't as untouchable as they seem. All these big deviants are catching hell in 2024, he recently declared, adding that it doesn't matter if you're Diddy, Steve Harvey, or any other big name. If you've got secrets, they're coming out this year. Katt also mentioned he's been collecting information for 30 years and is now ready to expose everything. I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it, he said, hinting at the explosive revelations to come.
That this is the end of the Diddy story as we know it.
So, what does this mean for Steve Harvey? If Katt is to be believed, it means Steve could face serious fallout from his association with Diddy. Katt has been hinting for months that there's more to the story, and with Diddy now in legal trouble, it's only a matter of time before more names get dragged into the mix.
Then you ask it, why you not a movie star? I didn't want to be a movie star. This the same bro that hated on Bernie with this same thing.
Let's not forget that Katt has been talking about receipts, hinting that he has proof for everything he's claimed. If that evidence surfaces in a courtroom, it could be game over for many, including Steve Harvey. His career, reputation, and family legacy could all be on the line. This situation is just beginning to unfold, but one thing is clear. The drama between Katt Williams, Steve Harvey, and Diddy is far from over. With Diddy's legal troubles escalating daily, the stakes couldn't be higher. The pressing question remains, how far will this go?
What is next? Is he going to be in jail in this facility until the trial begins? Is there a chance he could, get moved earlier than that?
As of this moment, as of this hour, as of today, yes. But of course, as I mentioned earlier, they're going to be appealing this thing next to the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals to overturn the judge's order here to try and get him actually released to his mansion.
Here's where it gets even crazier. Diddy's recent arrest wasn't just a one-off event. It's the culmination of years of rumors, whispers, and wild accusations, finally catching up to someone who once seemed untouchable. And if you think it's only about him, think again. This involves the entire inner circle, with names like Steve Harvey right in the mix. But what exactly went down, and why is this all happening now?
It seems as though he wants to kind of like exert power and dominance over people who don't really want.
Diddy has managed to stay under the radar for a while, despite all the headlines and scandals over the years. However, earlier this year, it all came crashing down when federal agents raided his homes in Los Angeles and Miami. Yes, you heard that right. Multiple properties at multiple locations. Law enforcement didn't just walk up to the front door. They came prepared, arriving by boat and storming Diddy's compounds. To make matters even more dramatic, they detained his sons, Justin and King Combs, during the search. Although it was later clarified that his sons weren't arrested, you have to wonder why such a heavy-handed operation was necessary for someone as high-profile as Diddy.
Stacey Schneider. And Stacey, you say today's indictment reads like a mob indictment. What was most shocking to you of all these allegations?
Yeah, the fact, Jake, that the government in this indictment presented evidence alleging that Sean Combs was running a criminal enterprise.
The Southern District of New York, yes, the same district that took down R. Kelly, is leading the investigation into Diddy. And let's just say they don't play around. This is the same group that specializes in dismantling powerful, untouchable figures who have been skirting the law for years. They're not interested in just slapping Diddy on the wrist. They're aiming to take down an entire network, employing the same tactics that worked against R. Kelly. Diddy's case isn't a minor legal hiccup. The charges against him are serious, including racketeering, conspiracy, and transportation to engage in illegal activities. If convicted, Diddy could be facing a lifetime behind bars. The fact that the Southern District is involved tells you everything you need to know about the gravity of this situation. They don't go after small fish. This is the same playbook they used to build their case against Kelly, linking years of accusations and rumors in ways that left no room for doubt. With the stakes so high, it's clear that Diddy's legal troubles are just beginning, and the implications could ripple through Hollywood.
Now you got the Diddy situation where he jumps on a private jet, they say yesterday, and is on his way to the Cape Verde Islands.
But here's the real kicker. Why now? Diddy has been skating by for years, despite all the wild stories swirling around him. From rumors of those infamous mansion parties to whispers about his shady business dealings, he always seemed to come out on top. So, what changed? One juicy theory circulating is that Diddy may have been playing both sides all along. There's been speculation for years that he has been cooperating with authorities as some kind of informant. Think about it. How has he managed to get away with so much for so long? The conspiracy theory suggests that Diddy, aware of his involvement in shady business, began cooperating with the FBI or other agencies to protect himself. In exchange for information, he was allowed to maintain his lavish lifestyle, while others around him faced consequences. Another big name in the industry has hinted at this for years, claiming Diddy has avoided serious legal trouble because he has powerful people backing him. As the investigation intensifies, it raises questions about who he's truly aligned with and how deep this web of connections really goes.
Clients describe NBC as hell, as the worst conditions they've been.
According to Suge, Diddy has been working both sides for a long time. If that's true, it would explain a lot. Why, despite being linked to numerous scandals, Diddy always seemed to land on his feet. But now things are different. Perhaps the authorities don't need him anymore. Maybe they've gathered all the information they wanted. Now, it could be Diddy's turn to finally face the music.
You believe Diddy is a dangerous person?
Yes.
And here's where it gets even crazier. Could Katt Williams have been right all along? He's been talking for years about the dark side of Hollywood and how these big names are part of some twisted game. Katt has hinted at a secret network pulling the strings, and now with Diddy's arrest, it's starting to look like he wasn't just speaking for effect. I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. I know so many things I shouldn't know. And they all know it, Katt stated. He's been saying for months that 2024 would be a year of reckoning, and now we're watching Diddy's empire begin to crumble.
All right, I got to take some time to address this here.
Let's not forget the other players in this story, like Steve Harvey, who has been associated with Diddy for years. Their friendship goes way back, and with Diddy now facing serious legal trouble, one has to wonder how deep Steve's involvement really is. Katt has been vocal about Steve's connection to Diddy, suggesting that Steve has been blackmailed for years. If Diddy's empire is crumbling, it's not a stretch to think that those close to him could get dragged down alongside him. The implications for Steve could be significant as the fallout continues to unfold.
And people get caught up in the illusion of Hollywood. People really get caught up in this.
And this isn't just speculation. There's a reason Katt Williams has been hinting at Steve Harvey's role in all of this. Katt has called Steve out for being part of Diddy's inner circle, suggesting that Steve attended those infamous parties and got involved in things he'd rather keep under wraps. According to Katt, Diddy has been using that dirt to keep Steve in line. Now that Diddy is facing serious consequences, it's only a matter of time before Steve's name gets dragged into the scandal as well.
Let me tell you something else. Not only should he have apologized to Cassie in that video, he should have apologized to all of the general public that he lied.
Not only should he have apologized to Cassie in that video, but he should have also addressed the general public that he missiled. Rumors about Steve Harvey are already starting to circulate again, with many questioning his involvement in Diddy's world. The fact that Steve's stepdaughter, Lori Harvey, was romantically linked to Diddy, and then to his son adds another layer of intrigue. Was Steve complicit in that relationship to keep Diddy quiet about his own secrets? Katt seems to think so. And if he's right, Steve could be facing serious trouble ahead.
I saw it posted yesterday all over our social media pages. Cassie filed a lawsuit in New York City against Diddy.
Yikes.
She's claiming she was stuck in a decade-long cycle of abuse.
So, what happens next? Diddy's legal troubles are just beginning. The Southern District of New York isn't known for going easy on anyone, and they're going to come after Diddy with everything they've got. If the R. Kelly case is anything to go by, this investigation could take years, and more people could get caught up in it as the truth unfolds. As one of Diddy's longtime friends and alleged collaborators, Steve Harvey could also face serious consequences. Now let's delve into the conspiracy theory that Diddy was an informant. If that's true, it could explain why so many people in the industry have been dragged down, while Diddy has remained seemingly untouched. Katt has been calling out Diddy for years, suggesting he's been playing both sides of the game. If Diddy truly was working with authorities, it would shed light on how he managed to keep his empire intact for so long. But now that things are shifting, if he no longer has that protection, Diddy could find himself in a world of trouble. The stakes are rising, and the fallout could be monumental.
I hung the phone up, I went upstairs, I said, Marjorie down, I said, Marjorie, we got a problem. When I explained it to her, Marjorie started crying.
Speaking of trouble, let's revisit the charges Diddy is facing. The Southern District of New York isn't just interested in his personal life. They're targeting his entire operation. Racketeering charges are no joke. They're designed to dismantle entire criminal organizations. If they're using these charges against Diddy, it suggests they believe he's been running more than just a music label. This could involve money laundering, illegal business deals, or even more sinister activities. If Diddy has been involved in this for years, it's not just him at risk. Everyone in his orbit, friends, business partners, and yes, even people like Steve Harvey, could find themselves dragged into this
Of course.
mess.
There's layers upon layers. When you get into these conspiracy theories, man, they never end. They never end. There's just layers upon layers upon layers.
This is where the parallels to R. Kelly's case come into play. The Southern District used RICO laws to take down Kelly, and they're employing the same tactics against Diddy. RICO laws are powerful tools because they allow prosecutors to target not just the individual, but the entire organization. If they can prove that Diddy used his power and influence to engage in illegal activities, he could be facing a life sentence. Like R. Kelly, Diddy has been at the top of his game for decades, meaning the fallout from this case could be monumental. As the investigation unfolds, more details are likely to emerge, and we may see even more big names getting dragged into the mix. If Katt Williams is right, this is just the beginning. He's been saying for years that Hollywood's darkest secrets are about to be exposed, and it seems those predictions are coming true. Whether Katt will be called as a witness in Diddy's case remains to be seen, but given his history of calling out Diddy and others in Hollywood, it wouldn't be surprising if his name comes up in court. The stakes are rising, and the drama is just starting.
This has to be a 100% culture shock. I can't imagine living a lifestyle of the incredibly rich and famous and then going into this very dark, impersonal, cold, austere facility.
So the big question now is, who's next? If Diddy is going down, will Steve Harvey be next in line? Could we see other big names in Hollywood facing a similar fate? How deep does this conspiracy really go? One thing's for sure, this story is far from over. The next few months promise to be wild, and as more details emerge, we'll see just how far-reaching this scandal truly is. In the meantime, keep your eyes peeled for updates because things are heating up fast. Diddy's empire is crumbling, and it's only a matter of time before more high-profile figures get caught in the fallout. Will Steve Harvey be one of them? Only time will tell. But if Katt Williams has anything to say about it, it's going to be a wild ride. What do you think? Is Steve Harvey really tied up in all of this, and has Diddy been pulling the strings behind the scenes for years? Or is Katt Williams just stirring the pot? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, stay tuned and stay curious.